Hey y'all, it's Mahindra and I'm back today with a little bit of help. I've had some customers call me wanting some advice on how to get a loader off their tractor, and I figured I'd make a nice little tutorial for you with the Max 26. This is a Mahindra Max 26 XL, and I'm going to show you exactly how to take everything off and hopefully avoid any problems and at the same time be very safe. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crank the tractor up and I'm going to get it up higher off the ground. See, this is going to have to come down. So I need to get the loader up high enough to allow this to come down. And that's my first job here. I like Mahindras because you can get on either side. Alright, so what I was talking about here is these pins have to come out. So I'm going to pull the cotter pin on the back side there. Allow this to come down, and I like the third hole. Don't ask me why, but I just choose this third hole here usually. That slides right in. Don't forget to put your pin back there. I'm doing this in the shop where it's a little easier. In case I do drop something, I can find it easily. It's not down in some thick grass. So take your time and be careful, folks. I'm just trying to brush through it so the video is easier for y'all. Alright, now while that bucket's up in there, you'll notice that there's no weight on this pin. Right here, there's no weight on that pin, so again, it's got a clip, and this is what I call a knuckle buster clip. If you're holding that thing and it comes across, boy, whoo, it hurts. It's a knuckle buster. So we're gonna leave that right there on the nice shop floor. Second verse, same as the first. Take that out. Alright, now we're going to safely lower that down to the ground, and if you can look right back here, you'll see it come up out of this cradle. See, right now there's a little bit of a cradle here that holds that pin there, and then at the bottom there's another one. And so I'm going to crank it up, let this down. Alright, I'm going to throw the bucket slightly. That right there brought the bottom out if you look at the side. And then now the whole thing's out. So basically what I did was I compressed this cylinder, and then I compressed that cylinder, and that allowed the whole thing to pop up out of there. And now I could do, and when you're doing this, make sure you're in low range in first gear. And I can ease back a little bit. Always work the loader a little bit to get the pressure off of these lines. And then you can come around here. Mahindra's done an excellent job of color coding. Not like the old days with a little bit of tape on here. It has colored rubber on each one, so you got black, yellow, red, and blue. And what you'll do is just pull it out like that. You're gonna get a little bit of drippage, but it's lessened by doing what I showed you there by moving around that joystick. So that's the way you would disconnect, and then you would drive away and you would keep all these things safely tucked away. And this little rubber piece is stuck there, and it gives you a cap to put back on and a cap here. And the reason these caps are important is if you're running this thing bush hogging all day, you're gonna get debris in these. You're gonna get dust and stuff in there as you're moving the tractor around and mowing and bush hogging, doing things like that. So you don't want debris in there, because the next time when you come to it and you go to plug up like this, you're gonna run into problems. You're gonna have a little bit of grit around there. The collar won't slide back like it's supposed to. So this, folks, I'm just telling you this to eliminate problems. Make sure you do use those caps on your Max tractor. So now there's another thing I want you to take notice to, and it's these lines down here. You have to be very careful to keep these lines from getting entangled in the area where the pinch points are. So please, folks, be wary of these lines here. Make sure that they're not in the way. Try and push them over before you start this, because this can pinch them down here and you can pinch them up there. So now I'm going to put it back on for you. So we're going to, like I said, low gear, low range, so we can move nice and slow. We're going to get right up in there. Basically, if you look right here, I'm moving the joystick to the right. You're going to move the joystick out, and that's what's going to put it down in the cradle. then you're going to push the joystick down. That's going to pick it up off of the ground. Now everything is square like it needs to be, and I didn't pinch these lines, but like I said, be very careful. You don't want to pinch those lines. And speaking of pinching, now we put our little knuckle busters back in and try not to pinch our fingers. Again, they slide right in like they're supposed to. I'll tell you something about this too. I think Mahindra's got something in the works. This piece right here does not always fall right into the hole where it's easy to get in. So I take my other hand here and kind of get the pin started on this side. That way when I come up here, I can just push it through. It just makes it easier for you. First time it's annoying, and I wanted to show you before you get out there the first time, and so you know what to expect. So again, this pin, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. If I just try and put this like that and push it through, it will not go, because this piece of metal is a little bit wider, or not quite wide as it needs to be. So I just come over here, start it like that, and then slide on up and push it right through. So that, folks, is how you remove and relocate your Mahindra front end loader. See if I can do the whole thing without pinching the finger. Ta-da! So thanks again for watching my videos. I like your comments. I like it when you share my videos. So please give me any ideas you might have of what else I could do for you to help make your Mahindra ownership a more likable experience. And folks, call me when you want to buy one. The number's 910-233-4576. Again, that's Mahindra Don, 910-233-4576.